A quiet town basks in the golden morning sun. Lush parks are filled with vibrant, blooming flowers. Cheru the dog trots happily along the paved path. He wags his tail at a passing butterfly. Cheru is known for his unwavering friendliness to everyone. Nearby, a lonely white cat named Minu sits on a cold stone wall. Minu stares into the distance with guarded, icy eyes. Her heart is hardened by years of isolation. She watches the world with deep-seated distrust. Cheru notices the cat sitting alone in the shadows. He senses the hidden pain behind her cold exterior. A gentle resolve forms in Cheru's kind eyes. He begins his patient journey to earn her trust. Cheru approaches the wall with slow, deliberate steps. He stops at a respectful distance from Minu. Minu hisses softly, arching her back in defense. Cheru remains calm and sits down patiently. He offers a small piece of dried meat. He places the treat gently on the grass. Minu watches him with intense, suspicious curiosity. Cheru backs away to give her space. He offers silent companionship without demanding anything back. The sun begins to set behind the trees. Minu finally approaches the food once he leaves. She eats the offering with hesitant, quick bites. The next morning, Cheru returns to the same spot. He brings a soft blanket for the cold ground. Minu watches him from a higher branch. She does not hiss this time. Cheru lies down and closes his eyes peacefully. He demonstrates that he is not a threat. Minu slowly descends from the tree branch. She approaches the blanket with cautious curiosity. Cheru does not move, keeping his eyes shut. Minu sniffs the air near his soft fur. The walls around her heart begin to crumble. She experiences genuine kindness for the very first time. A flicker of hope ignites in her eyes. Cheru opens one eye and wags his tail. Minu sits beside him, feeling safe at last. Their budding friendship grows with every passing day. They share quiet moments under the old oak tree. Cheru brings her toys he found in the park. Minu purrs softly, a sound long forgotten. Her lonely existence is replaced by new warmth. Small acts of generosity define their daily routine. They walk together through the vibrant flower beds. The townspeople watch the unlikely pair with wonder. A fragile but beautiful bond is finally formed. Minu trusts Cheru to lead the way. They nap together in the warm afternoon light. The park becomes a sanctuary for their friendship. Cheru's persistent love has broken down every barrier. Minu no longer hides from the world. She follows Cheru with newfound confidence and grace. The guarded soul is finally open to connection. They share a look of deep, mutual understanding. The park feels brighter than it ever was. They sit side by side, watching the horizon. Their journey of trust has only just begun. The sun sets behind dark, heavy clouds, gathering over the peaceful park. Cheru and Minu sit together under a large, protective oak tree. A sudden crack of thunder echoes through the quiet town. Heavy rain begins to fall, turning the dusty paths into slick mud. Minu shivers, her white fur becoming matted and cold in the downpour. They decide to run toward the safety of the nearby stone gazebo. Wind whips through the trees, making it difficult to see the path ahead. Minu sprints ahead, her paws struggling for grip on the wet grass. Suddenly, the ground gives way beneath her small, trembling frame. Minu lets out a sharp, terrified yowl as she disappears from sight. She has fallen into a deep, hidden drainage hole filled with murky water. Cheru stops abruptly, his ears perked toward the sound of her cry. He rushes toward the hole, his paws sliding on the treacherous, muddy slope. Looking down, he sees Minu struggling to keep her head above the rising water. Minu looks up, her eyes wide with fear and desperation. Cheru barks loudly, trying to reassure her that help has arrived. The water continues to rise, swirling around Minu's shivering body. Cheru scans the area, searching for anything that might help him reach her. He spots a sturdy, long branch lying near the base of a bush. He grabs the branch firmly between his teeth, his jaw muscles straining. He carefully approaches the edge of the muddy, unstable pit. The ground beneath Cheru's paws crumbles, threatening to pull him in as well. He digs his claws into the wet earth to anchor his position. Cheru lowers the branch into the hole, nudging it toward Minu. Minu reaches out, her claws barely catching the rough bark of the wood. She slips, and the branch swings wildly, nearly hitting her face. Cheru growls with effort, holding the branch steady despite the lashing rain. He pulls back, but the weight of the mud makes it nearly impossible. Minu realizes he is risking his life to save her from the dark depths. She finds her footing on a submerged rock and lunges for the branch again. This time, she grips it tightly with both front paws. Cheru pulls with all his strength, his body sliding inches toward the edge. He refuses to let go, his eyes locked on his struggling friend. With a final, desperate heave, he drags Minu up the muddy bank. She tumbles onto the wet grass, gasping for air and shaking uncontrollably. Cheru drops the branch and immediately nuzzles her, checking for injuries. Minu leans into him, finally feeling the warmth of his protective presence. The storm begins to subside, leaving only a light, steady drizzle behind. Minu looks at Cheru, her eyes filled with a new, profound understanding. She realizes she is no longer alone, nor will she ever be again. They huddle together, their shared trauma forging an unbreakable, silent promise. The park slowly returns to its quiet, serene state under the clearing sky. They walk back home, moving in perfect, rhythmic synchronization. From that day on, they are inseparable in every task they undertake. They spend their mornings patrolling the park, looking for others in need. When a small bird falls from a nest, they are the first to arrive. They offer comfort to the lonely, just as Cheru once did for Minu. The townspeople watch them with admiration, moved by their remarkable, selfless bond. They become a living symbol of courage, hope, and true compassion. The park is no longer just a place, but a sanctuary of kindness. Minu's heart, once cold and guarded, now radiates warmth to everyone she meets. Cheru walks with his head held high, proud of his loyal companion. They sit by the fountain, watching the sunset paint the sky in gold. Their past isolation is a distant memory, replaced by a life of purpose. Every act of kindness they perform strengthens the bond they share. They have learned that reliance on another is a sign of true strength. The park remains their home, a testament to their enduring, beautiful friendship. As night falls, they curl up together, content and deeply at peace. The stars shine brightly above, watching over the two inseparable friends. Their story continues, written in every gentle act of love they share.